Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear on this date, December 20th, 2018. I don't normally call that a date, but it's sort of special today because of our weather. And our weather special because of the temperature. I've never had this happen. I had a double take it. Gail double checked it last night and then this morning. High today 49, low today 48. I've never had it that close all day long. I mean, that's amazing. It's going to stay almost the same temperature all day long. Water temperature is at 60 degrees. Part of our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. And take a look at our river readings. Apalachicola Bluntstown is really interesting there because it's a fast drop. It's dropping out really fast. That means they've closed all those gates up there to Jim Woodford Dam in Chattahoochee. It's at a 16.8 and dropping fast. It's going to continue dropping on through the weekend. So be aware of that if you're going to fish the river coming out of those sloughs. It's going to be some good catfishing, I promise you. Choctawhatchee, Caryville, 9.5 and staying pretty steady. In fact, going to go up a little bit with this rain we're having, so it'll get back up over 10. So Choctawhatchee is high. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at good tide today. A low tide this morning was at 432 coming in all day at 656. And you're starting to see a little bit of action. Get some of this cold weather going to be bringing these trout up in these at the mouth of these bayous pretty soon now. So you know they're not going to be intimidated by what's happened to us this past fall. They're still going to be looking for those bayous. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Hope everybody's catching up with their last-minute Christmas shopping. Still got a couple of days left, and it's about that time, folks. Let's look at some pictures first before we get on into the show too deep. I showed you yesterday the Florida Queen was on the been blown ashore like the Star Queen, and here it is on the picture. This is from the other side. It was taken from the water yesterday. This is taken from the land. You can see how the damage and all, and I haven't heard what they're going to do with it. I certainly hope they can get her back on the water. All right, here we go. This is Clay Patrick and Ronnie Stevenson up there in Jackson County. They're hunting in the woods. A beautiful day for a quail hunt. This picture, to me, speaks volumes. Of course, the first thing you see, the dogs doing exactly what they love to do, being out there in the fields. Then, you know, looking for those quail and wanting to point them. I mean, that's in their bloodline. Also, look at the timber and all. You can see a little bit of charcoal on it where it's been controlled burns at this location here, which is ideal for quail hunting. And this is really how our early settlers found the woods when they came down here in the early 1800s. They were just open up like this. You can read the stories of how it's open, and this is I like to see this. And here they are, right? Let's see. Here they are right here, and you can see they're enjoying it. Good job, Clay Patrick up there. How about this? It's beginning to cost a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. This is fascinating picture. It's sent in by Joey McDonald to the Florida Panhandle Hunters Group. This is a broadhead that's embedded in a deer in the antler right there. So obviously that it had been shot at during bow season, and the shooter, you know, that was, look how close that was. I mean, and it's embedded and horns grown over it. So that's fascinating. I've never seen that before. Okay, let me see. I like this one. I'm sorry, this phone's not as good as my iPad. What if we began to treat our Bibles the way we treat our cell phones? This is it right here. What if we carried it with us everywhere? Turned back to go get it if we forgot it. Checked it for messages throughout the day. Used it in case of an emergency, and spend an hour or more using it each day. That's pretty strong right there. I was telling Wendy about it. My daughter Wendy, she's going to, this morning, she sponsors the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, FCA, at her school, and she's sharing this with her students this morning. I was thinking, when she was telling me that, I wish every teacher in America would just put that on the board. You know, we can't do it, but it'd be good to do it because there's so much of cell phone use, and I just thought that was good. This is good. I've been wanting to show this. You are a Floridian if you could pronounce. Look these over now and see if you can pronounce them. I may go over these like tomorrow or next week, but look over these words. These are true Florida native words, and we'll go over them later. But all right, this picture here, y'all recognize our buddy Bill Allen. He is up there with his good buddy Fred Lewis. They're up there, I mean Jim Lewis, they're up there in Iowa on a pheasant hunt. And what's up with that? We're down here working and Bill's up there on a pheasant hunt. Bill and Jim Lewis. But they're having a good time. He's been wanting to do that for a long time up in Iowa. And Jim's wife is from that area, and they're hunting actually on her family farm up there. The fish, now this is from a diving trip, but the mangrove, there are a lot of mangrove out there. You can see, this is a couple of days ago, some really nice fish being brought up. The water temperature was 61 degrees, they were saying. 61 degrees at the bottom. A job fills your pocket, but fishing fills your soul. And I think most of y'all can identify with us on that. Very good there. Let me see if we've got any more. Okay, this came off the FWC website, and okay, large python removed. This 18-foot Burmese python was caught in the Everglades, Francis Taylor Wildlife Management Area, by one of our python removal contractors. During cooler months, like right now, people are more likely to see python. So here it is, folks. This is off the FWC website. It's not doctored up or anything, but that's a big snake right there. And can you imagine running into that in the woods? But that just recently happened. A winter look right there. Okay. Also, we get in mind now, people getting ready to go out in boats and all during the Christmas holidays. The first thing I think about boat ramps, and I just got word that at St. Andrews State Park, their boat ramp is open. I have a picture of it right here. Let's look at the top one right here. You can see, looking down at it, it looks pretty good. And then the bottom one, looking back, you look back toward the campsite off to your right, and you can see where it's been really hammered. But the actual boat ramp itself is pretty strong. They haven't really, a lot of people don't know about it, just opened back up. But so if you want to get out and look around during the Christmas break and all, the St. Andrews State Park boat ramp will be open. Also, a quick, on another note, a quick report on the duck hunting season, on how it's going, and the duck population here in the Florida Panhandle. The word I've got now, this is unofficial as far as, you know, counting things out and all, but the people, the duck hunters I've talked to that shared information with me, actually have said it's been pretty slim, pretty slow. And they feel like one of the reasons is we have so much water out there, the ducks are really spread out. Don't seem to be as many ducks this year, and the ones that are coming down are really spread out. Like I showed you the picture yesterday of those sandhill ponds, and those ducks can get way back in the area where nobody can get, and they after they get shot at a couple times, they're pretty smart about getting away from humans. So right now, duck hunting is not really strong as far as the population and the success the hunters are having. All right, let's take our break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready to set up a video, and we talked about, always talking about our heritage and all. I always talk about the book and all. I'm not trying to sell the book. I just want you to appreciate, as much as so many of us appreciate what a lot of us have lived through over the years, each generation as far as our heritage and all along the waterfront. And we recently had the storm come in. It always wreaks havoc. I was looking through the book. The hurricane of 1929 did the same thing to the fishing fleet around here. The only difference was in 1929 that none of them had insurance, and a lot of folks now just have a little bit of insurance. So it really wreaks havoc on the fishing industry. Now, the Davis Queen fleet, I won't go into all the details because the whole story is in there, but it's a fascinating story how George Davis, worked at the shipyard during World War II, and then he came out, he learned so much about boats. Came back and built his boat there in Parker, the Dixie Queen, and that was the first boat that ever had a diesel engine, and that started the legacy of the Davis family. And then he built some other boats in the late 50s, one or two others, but then in 1960, he was getting ready to build the Ocean Queen, and each time he built a boat, and he used juniper, cypress, and heart pine as the woods he used, and each time he would, of course, improve on it. And so he was getting ready to lay plans out and getting ready to build the Ocean Queen. in 1960, and he died suddenly on Christmas Eve of 1960 with the plans of the Ocean Queen and all, and getting ready to get started on it. So his boys took over. Joe Ed, Duck, and Grover just took over the business, and Joe Ed was the leader. And they just went ahead and finished the Dixie Queen. I'm sorry, the Ocean Queen, and then they launched it. Then later on they had the Florida Queen, Gemini Queen, all that, the series, about 5 of those queen boats. Well, the Ocean Queen. Here's a picture of it in my book of the Ocean Queen, and I love this picture for several reasons. Of course, it shows the big fish on it, and it shows the boat. But on the far right, that's a young Mike Miller, who has Miller Marine now, and right to his right, with the Elvis Presley hair right there. That's our late friend Richard Hawley, Captain Richard Hawley. They were working deckhands at the time, and Richard was a captain and all. So anyway, this is one of the pictures of the Ocean Queen. Now, with all that being said, I'm setting up our video because the Ocean Queen has met its demise, and it's been crushed. And Mandy called me like on a Thursday night last week, and texted me and said they're going to crush the Ocean Queen in the morning in the yard. And I couldn't get there in time. Gail ran over there with a camera and took a few minutes of the video of them crushing the Ocean Queen. And Mike Miller was over there, and he had tears in his eyes. It just meant a lot to his family. Well, George Davis was his granddad, and so I just felt like I wanted to get and Mandy, I appreciate her call. I wanted to get the video. This is just again a continuing part of our saga of our heritage here, of our maritime heritage, and this is the end of it. So I just wanted to share it with y'all. And there's nothing, I didn't get to talking because Gail's shooting a video. I couldn't get back there in time. So it's about 5 or 6 minutes of the video of the demise of the Ocean Queen, exclusively here on Panhandle Outdoors. Jeff, let's roll this. Okay, welcome back. Hope you sort of enjoyed that. It's sort of sad at the time, but we do have it documented now. One day we'll have a nautical museum, maybe a maritime museum here in Panhandle, and that'll be maybe part of it. So each one of us will just cherish the good times we had on it. But anyway, we'll talk more about that next week if we have time. Fishing game times today brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 9:44 a.m. to 11:44, and tonight 10:12 to 12:12. The first time I told Jeff, let's get over here and set up our fishing report. I know it's Thursday, but we'll have a guest coming on tomorrow, so I'm going to talk a little bit about our fishing report. This is the first time we sat here in the stool since October 10th when Michael paid us a visit. So it's good to be back over here. I enjoy doing this segment of the show. We're going to do more and more of it, and we're going to try to get some other things set up. We got all kind of neat things coming for 2019. You just hang around and see. Let's talk briefly about boat ramps before we get into fishing. I will mention this about fishing. They're catching some redfish and trout are being caught this past week by the few people that are going out. Boat ramps on Choctawhatchee Bay, as far as I know, all the boat ramps on Choctawhatchee Bay are open. Let's go over here in St. Andrew Bay system. We just mentioned about the boat ramps at St. Andrew State Park now open. I do know the Lynn Haven boat ramp way up here, the Lynn Haven boat ramp has been open, and that's a good ramp. West Bay, over West Bay Bridge, as far as I know, it is open. And so all the accesses, you can get to West Bay, North Bay, and East Bay pretty strong. I don't know about the Callaway Men's Club, if it's open. Everything around Tyndall is closed. Crooked Island Sound, folks, they're just saying it's trees down and everything, that boat ramp. I'm looking for it to be out for a good while. I'll try to get more information from Tyndall at the first of the year and see what's going on. Let's move on down to Mexico Beach. I'm not sure if the canal is open or not there. I know there at the bridge it looks open to me, but I hate to say right now, but I believe it is open. The downtown boat ramp where they charge you $10. Okay, here's the Highland View Bridge. It should be open as far as I know. It looked open when but I couldn't see really good. Downtown St. Joe, it is open, and that one closed very, very long really. So it'll be open there. I don't know about the Apalachicola boat ramp. I know the one by the bridge is open, and also the one right up by the river. I can't think of the name right now, but it's open. St. Andrew, let's see, St. Vincent Island, right there in Indian Pass, is open, but you cannot get into St. Vincent Island, but you can sort of launch your boat there. It's a mess. And Carabel, haven't heard anything from Carabel. We're going to give them a call pretty soon, check on them, but I believe the boat ramp there by the bridge is open. That public ramp also around the corner up there at the end of that road that all of y'all know what I'm talking about in Carabel. Those ramps should be open. So access now should be pretty good from going into Christmas break as far as boat ramps. Now we've got to get out and get some fishing reports, and also send pictures and let us know, what's going on, how many you catching, and share it with us. But it should be pretty good access compared now to 9 weeks ago when we had the storm. So pretty good access. I'm gonna wrap it up. Tomorrow I'll be giving away some seafood. Got a special guest coming on, and it's got all kinds of things. But you go ahead and finish up on your Christmas shopping. You have a great day. Do something good for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.